McCullers to Harper. It's drilled. Right center field. Lightning strikes. 2-0 Phils. Into this game. 2-0 Phillies. Alec Bohm starts the second and rips one to left field. Over Alvarez and gone. Ambush. 3-zip. On a 2-0 from McCullers. Marsh hits a fly ball to right field. Tucker drifting back to the track, to the wall. He can't get it. It's off the top of the wall and gone. The third home run for the Phillies. Pitchers that have been known to have given away pitches. Schwarber flies it to center field. McCormick's going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. Gone. Wow. Monstrous blast.
And they get out of their own mechanics when they're at the plate.
Hoskins with a drive, left field, wow! An explosion! The South Philly Bombers with 5! What do you say? I'm right over here. Why did you see me?
We're taking it. 11 flipping wins, bro.
That's right. It is episode 168. It is a pregame show. Once again, Phillies versus Astros. Last night, the Phillies took care of business. 7-0 was the final. 5 home runs. It was a monstrous night for your Philadelphia Phillies as they continue Red October. And we are back again tonight for another little pregame segment. Fuji is on assignment, and unfortunately, he could not be at Citizens Bank Park tonight, but even better, he's down there in Houston to razz those Astros fans and to be there tomorrow at Reliance Stadium as our Eagles take on the Houston Texans. So I'm quite sure Philly Sports Trips fans that all made the travel when they travel with the pros, they're going to light up whatever hotel they're going to be staying at. Hollis Thomas already checked in over there, and we're going to have more and more people that are going to be checking in. So it's going to be just loud as it is in Philly, out there in Houston. But nevertheless, we're getting the game underway here by another hour and 20 minutes or so. We hope to see what we saw last night. It'll be hard to match it, but we know, as Fuji said at the very end there, 11 flipping wins. Yes, that's exactly what the Phillies are looking for. 11 wins with 2 more left to go to be able to take it all in Philadelphia. So we thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, Kevin Mench joining us now for the 4th time. He's becoming pretty much a regular here on the show, but I'm always grateful for Kevin to come on with us and taking time away from his own podcast, The Big Head Pod. And if you guys did not check that out, first of all, look it up on YouTube, Big Head Pod, under the Dub Network, and the latest episode that Kevin had with the former American League umpire. And I know I'm going to get the last name wrong, but I know John Herbschek, if I remember. What? Say it again? Herbschek, yeah. So he's going to have him on his episode. It's already out there available on YouTube. You guys check it out. It is gut-wrenching. I will say that much. Watched it last night during the game while I was prepping for the game and everything else, but it is an absolute, well, I'll leave it there. You guys need to all check it out. But also, like I said, we have Fuji out there on assignment in Houston, so he will be live on the Philly Sports Trips hotline. And with that being said, let's get the pregame show underway. I'm Angel, episode 168, and welcome to Broad Street South. Now, the rest of the gang is all here. Our national correspondent, Ryan Neff, our sports contributor, Sean Kilrain, and the man of the hour who's been joining us now for the 4th time. It is Kevin Mench. Kevin, once again, thank you, sir, for taking the time out from your busy schedule to jump on with us again tonight.
Absolutely.
Now,
Look forward to it.
It's going to be, listen, last night, as you see up there on the screen, it says, "Let's go Phillies." It was a monstrous evening. Player of the game went to Ranger Suarez, and rightfully so, just because of the game he had last night. Lights out for 5 innings, and it was good to see that the bullpen was able to come alive and shut it down. So I also want to bring on, without further ado, because you can't leave him in the cage for too long, or he will have more Dos Equis than Dos Equis himself. On the Philly Sports Trips hotline, call in is our co-host, Mike, the Godfather, Fuji Fiordemondo. Fuji, what's going on?
Hey, Angel game 4. Christian Vasquez, Christian Javier, Aaron Noel tonight. I say Phil's take this one tonight. You could stick a fork in those Houston Astros.
Now, Kevin, I'm going to start out with this. It's the calmest intro you're ever going to hear from Fuji. And the only reason why is because he's at a bar out there in Houston where normally he gets ramped up, but I'll give you the excuse. See, you shouldn't be ashamed because you were at Tampa Joe's getting everybody fired up. You should get everybody at that bar fired up, Fuji.
The alcohol hasn't hit the bloodstream yet, is what it is.
It really hasn't. I'm 2 Dos Equis in. I haven't reached my peak yet, but
We have
when
to
I
get you
get
some
there tonight,
shots.
I will make sure I do a video for everybody and send it.
Oh,
I can only imagine what it's going to end up looking like. But listen, to start off the night here, Kevin, last night, this performance what the Phillies ended up doing, and we did hear when Harper had told Bohm to come back and to speak to him, I guess he was letting him know that, hey, by the way, if you see this, then you know you're going to end up launching it. Now, as much as we've heard, obviously the Astros are cheaters. Again, that's here nor there because it's already been said God knows how many times. But is that something, you being the former Texas Rangers, is that something that you guys have been able to, I guess, to articulate or at least maybe grab from a pitcher if you guys knew either a particular hand movement or a particular gesture?
Absolutely. You look at that. You look at where the hands start when they come set. Some guys, one pitch might be higher. Another pitch might be lower on the waist. And last night they were saying it was a glove tilt. We may never know, honestly, right? It's just because, they were talking about he threw 2 fastballs, I think the left-handed hitters all year or something. So, I mean, they were looking for something. It's just a matter of Bryce was able to pick up the spin on that curveball, and he was sitting on it. So, I mean, who knows? They're not going to tell you. That's just because they do that. Then all of a sudden, the people, they go tell the Astro whatever. If that's what they saw, that's what they saw. But they're not going to tell anybody. But stealing pitch signs, stealing the signs, as far as that's baseball. That's a part of it. You've got to figure out ways to hide it. I mean, that's why they got rid of they're doing that stupid catchers thing with the buttons, calling balls and strikes. Really? If that's what you're going to do, that's fine. But, that's the pitcher's fault. And that's the advanced scouts doing their homework and seeing that, noticing something, if that's what it was. I mean, Pedro was talking about, I think, last night, the glove tilt and everything else. But we'll never fully know. We can only assume, unless after the series is done and they say, yes, that's what it is. But, you're not really going to tip your hand and show what you have until you absolutely have to. So, I mean, it's one of those things where, they put good swings on the right pitch, but and then people say, well, if you know what's coming, how are guys swinging and missing? It's not as simple as that. Of going up there and being able to just, I know what's coming. Yeah, if I know a fastball's coming, but an off-speed pitch, if it's a good changeup, which I think is what Hoskins struck out on his first 2 bats, you don't have a chance because it looks like a fastball.
Kevin, just to touch on last night, Houston just couldn't get nothing. Ranger Suarez was, just lights out. Harper setting the tone, two-run homer to start off the game. Definitely, Citizens Bank Park, the Phillies crowd definitely had to, take the wind out of Houston not even getting started, correct?
Yes. That's what you want. And we talked about that last night. If Houston can take the crowd out of the game, they'll be fine.
Kevin, did you happen to hear the question?
Yeah, I heard it. Can you hear me?
Maybe Kevin froze. Hold on. Kevin might be coming back here.
I'm here. I thought.
Kevin, can you?
Nothing.
Kevin, are you there?
I'm here. Gosh, dog.
Hang on, Fuji, because I think for some reason may have lost a connection there with Kevin.
He's there.
I don't know.
I'm here. I can hear you.
All right. Did you happen to hear Fuji's question?
I did. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Ryan, do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, but were you guys able to hear Fuji?
No.
Yes.
I
Yeah, we
didn't
heard
hear
him.
Yes.
Okay, but all right. So, did Kevin miss Fuji's question?
No.
All right, because I can't see Kevin. That's what. Oh boy, here we go.
There it is.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
There it
Okay,
is.
because I can't see Kevin. I can't hear Kevin. So we apparently maybe he can exit out and come back because I've completely lost him. Fuji, hang on. We'll try to get your question answered again. I don't know what happened, but hopefully we'll get Kevin back.
I'm here.
I probably answered. I probably asked it too fast too. So
No,
Angel, can you hear Kevin?
I cannot hear Kevin. I completely lost him.
Because I could hear him.
I honestly.
Yes. I can hear him on my end too as well, Angel.
All right, well then you guys are gonna have to let me know because I can't hear him. For some reason I lost him, so hopefully. All right, Fuji, do me a favor. Ask your question again.
I was saying with Ranger Suarez being, lights out last night, and Bryce Harper setting the tone with the 2-run homer. I mean, I believe, the Phillies fans, in Citizens Bank Park just took the wind out of the sails of the Houston Astros because those guys couldn't get nothing started last night. I mean, they just look like they didn't even want to play. I mean, they were flat as pancakes. They were dead in the water.
And that's what the fans can do. They can ruin it for you really quick because it gets in your head. You start thinking too much, and that's what it was. Tonight's going to be a little bit different story as far as with I think it's Vasquez, whoever it is, Javier's is pitching. I mean, he's been they're just they might have to dink and dunk some things in there tonight. It's not. I don't think it's going to be like it was last night. But so I mean, this is going to be big for them to make sure that don't let Houston take over. Right, and get the crowd out of them. That's what they don't want.
Yeah,
it's going to be even louder tonight for sure.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead.
You figure.
Now, do you see a similar resemblance to Christian Javier and Pedro Martinez, the way they pitching style, Kev?
I mean, I've only seen him throw a couple times from what I've gathered. I mean, he's moves the ball all over the place, and he throws hard, and that's the problem. Is are they going to when he elevates? Are they going to be able to lay off of it and look for the harder somebody throws, the lower you want the ball. So I mean, that's going to be what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to pick their spots really and see.
Okay.
If they can, I don't think it's going to be 7-8 nothing. They're not going to be able to do that unless they get him out early, unless something happens. But I mean, they're going to have to be. A little bit more precise because with McCullers, he was only throwing 92, 94, which is basically the hitting speed now at baseball.
Yes.
You throw above it or you throw below it. So he threw right in the middle of it, and you saw what happened last night. So you see what happened. The good thing is that the bullpen came in and did their job for after Suarez came in. So I mean, those guys are rested and ready to go. So I mean, it's here we go. We got 4 games left. They need 2. So. They run them through there. You hope Nola has a better start than he did the other night, and hopefully he'll feed off the crowd as well and get through it. And like I said, get deep in the ball game. Give the bullpen a chance. A rest, a little bit more rest, just to. I mean, that's what you want. You want your starters to go up and extend the ball game, but and then it comes down to the managerial decisions of what they're going to do. But last night they swung the bat like they needed to. Right? They feed off of that crowd. They love it. It's that. They're just up there. They almost. I mean, they look like those old. That '93 team. The Johnny Crux and the Dutch Daltons with all the the facial hair and hard nosed, blue collar players that fit well into a blue collar city. It's what you want, right? And that's just the mentality I think they're taking. They're feeding off of this crowd.
See, I thought McCullers last night screwed up royally when you look at most of the home runs. Most of them were breaking balls right across the plate. And I don't know if he was getting the signals mixed up, but he had his greatest success when he was putting pitches to the outside of the plate or they were breaking down toward the inside of the plate. And when I went back and took a look at it again, like the first pitch that he threw to Bryce, he knew it as soon as he let it go. He knew it. And Bryce was sitting on that. And I think that's what he was telling Baum was, hey, because McCullers is predominantly an off-speed pitcher. He doesn't throw a lot of fastballs. So, and he even said after the game last night, he just got his butt kicked. And I just thought he screwed up in that aspect. And I said last night the Phillies are going to have to jump on him, and that's what they did.
Yeah, I read something today. They were trying to say something that it was Maldonado's fault for some of that stuff. They have scouting reports and everything else. They go off of that, and that's what they use. So, I mean, it's not coming down to that. But, when you miss, you can't miss over the heart of the plate. You got to miss somewhere else, and that's what he was doing last night. He was missing right over the heart of the plate. They were looking for it, and they were ready to go. So, I mean, it's a different mentality, different approach. And it seems like they're taking this as this. We're still going up. We're going into again tonight, and let's go.
Kevin, as far as I want to touch on Nick Castellanos, the guy's, he basically set the tone defensively last night with that catch. The Atlanta catch game one last week. I mean, defensively rated the fourth worst outfielder in baseball this year. I mean, all right, Nick didn't put up the numbers that he has all year, but I mean, I just think, you look at the unsung heroes that step up when they need to. And I think, Nick Castellanos is definitely, he's not gotten, excuse me, he's not getting a lot of attention, but, his defense has really showed up in this series.
Yeah, that's what it's about. You're not going to have every one of your guys clicking on all cylinders. And we were talking about this before the show about just that seems to be there's something wrong with his feet at the plate. He just seems like he's not wide enough getting out there. But hey, whatever he's contributing, at this point it's all hands on deck. Whatever you can do to help the team win. At this point, right? I mean, you'd love him to be on fire or going, but if it's not on fire, if that's not what he's known for, and that's what wins the Phillies World Series, his glove, they will ride that train as long as they can.
Big time, this Phillies team's defense wasn't rated the best, and then everybody pretty much has stepped up, especially like I said, Nick Castellanos stepping in for Bryce Harper playing right field basically all year with Harper's injuries and Harper DH. And so, I mean, you definitely got to, give credit. Like I said, there's always an unsung hero in the October showcase that just steps up. It's just, the guys like Sosa that can play second, short, third, step in with their defense, a little dribble or base hit, whatever to, win a game, whatever. But just, it's.
But that's what I mean. You throw the numbers out the window once the postseason hits, right? The concentration.
Right. I mean, everybody steps up.
Yeah, to shrink down to to what your focus is on, right? Some guys get
Big
lost
time.
in that part of it, and then all of a sudden postseason hits, and where'd this guy come from? So it's one of those where it's like I said, if that's what it takes, his glove work to do that, then that's perfect. That's fine. He's doing what they need, right?
Right. Hey, exactly. I mean, he's like I said, Castellanos has been criticized all year for not putting up, his numbers when he was in Chicago, Detroit, Cincinnati last year. But he's raised his game, and everybody's stepping up. Whatever you bring to the table. I mean, every little bit helps, especially pitching and defense work in these big time games.
Yep, absolutely.
Kevin, do you think that Dusty Baker is going to have his team be more aggressive tonight?
No, I don't know. I don't see it. I mean, that's just. They had 100 and some odd wins for a reason. It's what they're capable of doing. I mean, at this point, you're this far into it. You can't. You know what your team can do. It's just a matter of. Yeah, I mean, is he going to change some things in the lineup? I don't know. I haven't seen what the lineup is tonight. But it's one of those where they are aggressive as all. They're always that way. Going up there. I think last night Suarez was all over the place really with what he needed to do. Right, missing, weighing in. He wasn't leaving a lot over the plate for them to really get some good swings on. So I mean that's you got to credit both of them.
You lose something.
Do what?
I was going in and out. I don't know if you guys can hear me now.
Yeah.
I can hear you now, but
Put the bottle down.
all right, waiting for Kevin to come back. Is Kevin still on? Because once again, it's on my side. I still can't see him.
Froze up.
He froze up. Okay.
I'm here.
Hopefully, we'll get him up. We'll get him back here momentarily.
Right,
I know that
He's here, he said.
Yeah, Kevin, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you, Kevin.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm here.
I'll be with you.
So,
I'm here. I don't know what's going on.
Fuji, you had a. Did you?
Yeah,
have
I'm
your,
here.
Did you have your follow-up comment?
What was the question? I was going in and out.
No, I'm saying that if you had to, I know I lost the volume halfway through, so I have no idea.
Well, I mean, tonigght, tonight's a crucial game. Is Aaron Nola going to be on his game? I mean, after giving up 5 runs in game 1 last week, hopefully he'll, shake off the jitters and just, come out firing like he was in September. And you can't get down 5-0 and expect to come back and win. I'll say a lot. I'll give a lot of credit to do with a lot of these Phillies teams, and I'll put it up against the 80 team, the 08-09 team. This team does not get down for whatever reason. I've seen Phillies teams more talented than this that just quit and lay down and die and roll over. But this team, I don't know if it's Topper. These guys just pick each other up, but there's a camaraderie in this clubhouse that you haven't seen. All right, the pitching's not the best. All right, it's not what Hamels, Jamie Moyer, Roy Halladay during those eras. These guys just come to play. Like I said, Harper, the MV3, the man just set the tone, took the wind out of the sails of the Houston Astros last night.
Yes.
But this team is.
They pick each other up.
There's
basically.
something about this
It's
team
awesome.
that, everybody gets down. Harper's just putting it out there and, setting the tone, taking all the guys, aside and just laying it out there and bomb hits a bomb and Marsh. Everybody tees off on everybody.
Yeah. It's something. They just pick each other up, man. And I think it is Rob Thompson because he's just that laid back, silent kind of killer coach that just brings out the best in you. And if you don't have the best, he knows how to bring it out of you. He just picks you up. And, everybody criticized that lineup and all that other stuff. But look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's been working. Where a lot of people criticize Schwarber at the leadoff and all this other stuff. But I'm just excited to see this game tonight, man. I think Nola's going to have ice in his veins, and this, like you said, Foods, the bank is going to be electric. And he's definitely going to feed off it as well as the team. It's going to be awesome.
Doubt.
The
They got me
analogy,
fired up. I got chills coming up and down the spine.
my analogy for this year's
Yeah,
Phillies team,
man.
I sort of equate this year's Phillies team to the 2007 New York Giants in the NFL. They went as a wild card. Nobody gave them a shot in hell. Nobody gave them a shot at beating the Patriots. Nobody expected them to beat the Cowboys that year in the playoffs, and they just got hot at the right time. They were healthy, and they went on the run. And it's just like Kevin said, just as in any sport, if you're healthy going to the playoffs and you catch fire, somebody really doesn't want to play you. Houston knew what they were getting into. I mean, they knew what the Phillies were doing, and right now I think they're going to regret the Game 1 loss because now that they're down, they're in Philly. They know what they have to do tonight. They might press a little too hard. We'll see what happens. I don't think you're going to see the starting pitcher from Houston do what McCullers did last night. I think he's going to try and pitch around a lot of stuff. He's going to try and make the Phillies really work for it. And I don't think you're going to see a lot of stuff over the plate from them tonight because the Phillies were jumping on everything over the plate last night. So that's where McCullers got in trouble. And Ranger Suarez just pitched his game. So I think you're going to see a little bit of a pitcher's duel tonight.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I lost Kevin's feed, so if you guys still see him, you can keep relaying it back and forth here.
He's there. He's there. We can hear him.
Okay. Well, as long as you guys can hear him, because again, on my side, don't ask me why. It's just the way things work sometimes when you go live. It unfortunately glitched out, and so I can see his picture, but I can't hear him. So I know Joey D, thanks once again for tuning in, as you always do. The one thing, Sean, you might want to explain to him, as he keeps making comments about your hat, you may want to explain the reason why your hat is the way it is.
Well, this is my father's hat. My dad passed away in 2017. Was a big Phillies and as well as an Eagles fan. So in his memory, I wear it for him, Joey B. And so far, it hasn't let me or the team down. So, goody.
That it is, and we see through the Phillies lineup, and hopefully I'll get Kevin back before I end up signing off. If not, you guys let me know there. But on the starting lineup, we see, just like the night before, Schwarber, Hoskins, Realmuto, Harper, Castellanos, Bohm, Stott, Segura, Marsh, and the only change, obviously, would be Nola. So we're hoping that Nola would end up getting hot tonight, as we saw the Phillies end up doing yesterday. Cool, Sean, awesome. And didn't mean to disrespect it at all. Great looking lid.
No, not at all. It's all good.
Yeah, you didn't disrespect them at all whatsoever, Joe. So
not at all.
We're hoping that we see the bats fire up again tonight. We also know that coming up this Saturday, along with tomorrow, first of all, tomorrow, number one, Eagles versus Houston, as the Eagles continue to go 1-0. I don't want to say 8-0, just 1-0, and hope to put it away. But also, let's not forget that this Saturday, 4 o'clock, our Union should be taking care of business as well.
Yeah, in LA.
It's going to be a hell of a time to be a Philly.
It is. Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely a great time to be a Philadelphia fan. Even if you're in Tampa like the rest of us, there's a lot of folks in Clearwater, because there is obviously the Phillies. The home for the Phillies is down here for Clearwater as well. So lots of places around town that have all kinds of signage everywhere. So, Kevin, once again, I thank you for coming on tonight. Fuji, how's the bar look so far?
Man, kind of quiet, just like the calm before the storm.
Wow.
No.
Today, good sir. Hello.
Say again.
Kevin may have said something. Like I said, the audio went, I'm missing it. So, but
Kevin said Fuji is greeting people at the door.
There is folks coming in with Eagles and Philly stuff right now at the front counter side. Take it, it's more Philly sports strips.
Listen, you gotta come on, Fuji. You cannot sign off tonight without getting the crowd fired up. You gotta at least either scream out the Eagles or something else before we sign off here. We got Kevin on the line with us. Kevin is with us. You gotta fire up the crowd, Fuji.
Oh, I don't know if everybody here is Philly sports fans like all of us.
Let's go, Fuji. Let's go, Fuji.
Not everybody here is a Philly sports fan on this program. There is a guy that
I knew I was coming. I knew
You know what?
He roots for other teams, but I'm not going to say anything.
Texas is an hour behind because they're in Central Standard Time, and then it's daylight savings time this weekend. So Saturday, you fall back. So Fuji gets an extra 2 hours to drink.
Yeah.
Thanks for that calculation. I'll keep that in mind. No, what? You just made my weekend. And it's not even Friday yet.
Man.
But I'll keep it to a nice minimum. I'll be fired up tomorrow night when I'm outside with Vince and the crew.
All right, because listen, if Kevin joins us again tomorrow night, you better get everybody fired up because Kevin's waiting
Of
for
course.
it. Okay, I'm just saying because I can't hear Kevin, but if I could be reading Kevin's mind right now, he's probably saying, "Why doesn't Fuji get the crowd fired up?" But that's okay. I'm going to give you a pass only because it's your first time in Houston, and you're trying to keep it mellow. I understand it. I get it, but I'm telling you, Kevin wants to hear it tomorrow night. So if you don't bring it tomorrow night,
It's guaranteed tomorrow, like The Rock says.
okay. Did Kevin hear that one?
Yeah, he heard it loud and clear.
I will definitely bring it, guaranteed, like The Rock would put it out there.
Guaranteed, like The Rock would say, he said. I like
I
it.
didn't say guarantee, I said guaranteed.
Oh,
Let's raise that to another level.
Hey, Joey B wants to know if you're buying cowboy boots in Houston.
I'm going to go do a little shopping tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to buy. I mean, I know my daughter's birthday's this week. I may find her something extra, a couple extra presents to give her. So, since happy early birthday to my daughter, Giovanna. She's turning 18. I love you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And by the way, Jody B followed up with two more things. He says Fuji's actually in IHOP on the Jersey Turnpike for the early bird special. And then he said, you're in Houston.
Long way from the Jersey Turnpike.
But he said also you're in Houston. It's sweating like it's the middle of July with that humidity down there.
Nah, it's not actually that hot. I mean, it's like been overcasted all day. I haven't taken over to town yet. That's coming now. A storm of red and greens boiling over like a tsunami.
Yeah, I want to hear tomorrow. This is the most level I've heard you since episode 1, year 1. So tomorrow you better bring it because it's been a while.
I'm sitting in a place where I'm trying to sound professional. Okay.
What is that?
I picture that. I can understand because this is probably a place where he gets riled up. They're going to be like, "Sir, you and your Philly-ness got to go out of here."
When does that ever stop?
If I should have probably just sat in my room and went off like a lunatic, but which I
then you would have room service, sir.
Yeah, well, they probably have the Houston police coming up there to like knock on my door.
They probably would.
And take me out in cuffs, and then Angel, since you're not far in Florida, you probably have to come bail me out.
Okay, I'll make sure I do that. I'll take Neff's private jet with me up there to Houston.
Yeah.
So before we go, who do you think is your player of the game? Who's going to stand out tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah, everybody.
I'm going to Castellanos. I think he steps up and he gets a couple big hits tonight. I think he's going to match that defensive, that glove tonight with the bat. Big Stick Nick steps up.
Like it. What about you, Angel?
We said it last night, and I'm hoping that Segura will have his night. I said to Hoskins, as far as I put a tweet out last night, I think about a third inning, saying that we're hoping that Reese will stop chasing the outside balls and actually do something in Game 5, come up big. But last night he decided to hit the solo shot, so I'm going to go with Segura tonight. I'm hoping that Segura, like we talked about yesterday, Sean. Okay. I'm hoping he's the one that steps up tonight.
Like it.
Gene, the dancing machine.
Who you going with, Kev? Segura with Angel Mench likes. I'm going to say Stott.
Yeah, Stott could have
I want to see Stott step it up.
He definitely could. And even though he's not a Phillies fan, Ryan, and by the way, Ryan did say Ryan, what did you tell me after the show? You said 4-3 Astros last night?
Yeah, I did.
4 and 3 equals 7.
Yeah, exactly.
So at least you got 7, right?
At this point, I think the Houston Astros are in trouble. I can't believe I'm saying this. But
by your tongue.
I think the Phillies win tonight, but
okay.
I think it's going to be it's not going to be like last night. There's no way in hell it's going to be like last night. I think I don't know. I think Stott steps up for the Phillies, and I think Altuve is going to set the tone for the Astros.
All right. Well, we'll see. I don't know unless and if he does, will we hearing another rumor about a wire? That's all I want to know. If Altuve steps up, we're going to hear that
6-3
nonsense all over
Phillies.
again.
Look, they're going to carry this stigma until all those players are gone. So
Yeah. Well, pretty much. So, what does Kevin believe the final will be?
Hey, Kev, what do you think the final score is going to be? Uh-huh. Comes down to the last 2 innings, Angel. Kev
All
said
right.
for them to do something.
I think the Phillies will pull it off tonight, 5-3. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And again, I apologize to everybody for the technical difficulties on my end, which I lost one of the feeds, and unfortunately, when I lose one, it's kind of hard to get it back and make it back when you're live. So Joey B says Phillies 6, Astros 5 in the 11 innings. Listen, Joey, if we do the 6-5 11 innings thing again, that means that we're not done till 12:40, and some of us get up at dark 30 around here. So even though I'll stay up regardless. Man. It's just it makes it for a tougher morning, but it doesn't matter because it's always fun with the Phillies. So, listen, we hope the Phillies pull off the win tonight. Of course, we are rooting for more than anything else for Aaron Nola to have a bounce-back game. Hopefully, it'll be just as big as one gentleman last night, Ranger Suarez. So, with that being said, we thank everyone for tuning in. And I don't know if Kevin would like to have one last word here before we end up signing off.
Let's go.
All right.
Go Phils.
All right,
Go Titans.
Philly 6-3. Philly 6-3.
All righty. So for my producer over in Studio B, for Debbie, for Fuji on assignment down there in Houston with the best group ever. Thank you for calling in on the Philly Sports Trips hotline where you can travel with the pros. Ryan F., our national correspondent, we won't hold it against him as he did root at least for the Phillies tonight. And for our sports contributor, Sean Kilrain. Fuji, as always, sir, take us out.
Go Birds. Go Fighting Phils.
Let's go. Take care. Have a great night, as Joey B says. Everyone, thank you for watching the show. We will see you all tomorrow night. Enjoy the game.
Take care. Go Phils, baby.
Go Phils.
Come on, outro. There we go.